Okay, so there's a very important thing that I want to talk about in this video, and so it is this. Okay, I've been thinking about this, and I've been thinking all the ways in which this would be a good thing, and it would be a completely desirable thing, and a very good way to um, maintain control of this world, to prevent things from getting out of control in all the ways that it happens every day, and the way the systems are just absolute failures at maintaining any sort of sanity in this world. Seeing how all these systems have failed, um, it's very obvious to me, um, and I have given this a good amount of thought. Okay, I'm not the type of person that just randomly says completely meaningless things. Okay, and I understand that this is a strong opinion. I wouldn't call this an opinion. I think this is a necessity. So I am speaking of gulags. Okay, um, and I mean this in its most literal and in its strongest sense. Okay, I think this gulags are, the way I see it, they are becoming an increasing necessity in order to control this world that has gone out of control of this humanity, the way humanity has become in recent history. To me, I mean, humanity has a very long history of um, barbaric behavior. I think that just goes with how humans are. I mean, now obviously not all humans are this way. A certain portion of human that is this way, and it is very important that we deal with them. That's why I think gulags are a very good idea, because the way um, the system works currently, it is absolutely inadequate, it is idiotic, and it helps no one except the system itself. The whole world goes to hell, the whole world gets damned to hell, and it doesn't matter to the system because the system sustains itself. That's the only thing that the system cares about, is itself and its own its ability to sustain itself. That's it. Apart from this, the system doesn't care about anything else. Okay, I am making it very clear. Start gulags. The people that don't know how to behave, that don't know how to live a life of decency, that don't understand how to live in a normal human way, there are people that they just don't, it doesn't exist in them. Okay, I don't think rehabilitation will work on them. It just, it doesn't exist in them to behave and to live as normal human beings. That's why I think gulags are such a necessity. Okay, it is imperative, it is essential, it's a necessity. It's not something that, oh, we can discuss this and discuss that. There's no point of discussing all this. Okay, go out into the world and see what humanity has turned into. Everything is out. I am saying this system, which is supposed to be maintaining order, it's only in theory. That's just what the system says to sustain itself. It doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't translate into reality. All this nonsense of the system maintaining order, it's all nonsense, it's all fiction. We need to come back to reality. A very good way to bring this world back to decency and reality is to just start running gulags. Take the scum of humanity that just doesn't, will not listen in any other way. It will keep spreading filth into this world. It will keep spreading sadism and nastiness into this world. You take the scum of humanity and you send them away to gulags. It's that simple. What is so complicated about this? I don't understand. Okay, I'm saying this goddamned system, let this system damn itself to hell. But I think more people who can think intelligently, I think this is a very important and very good option that we can put into practice. We can put this into action. Take the scum of humanity and send them away to gulags. Okay, over there they can be productive. Over there they can be used for the good of humanity. Okay, we can put them to that kind of use when they're in these gulags. I think it's a very good idea. Okay. Obviously, I mean, this entire thing would have to be done in a very it would have to be legitimate. I'm not just saying this that, oh, you just randomly do this and it just um, do this in some kind of a completely insane way. That's not what I mean. Okay, but I think this is a very good idea. Gulags, think about it. It's a very good idea. We can control humanity, we can bring humanity to a much more into a much more normal state, the rest of humanity. Because if the type of people that belong in gulags, if we just let them loose, then this whole world will become a gulag. This is what you don't understand. These people, this is what people don't understand. They're like, oh, gulags is a bad idea, but if you leave these people out in loose in society, the whole world will become a gulag. So you get a gulag either way. It becomes only a question of who is in the gulag. So either you have a gulag where the scum of humanity lives in that gulag, or the whole world becomes a gulag and everyone lives in the gulag. So this is the reality that we are approaching. Okay, it is going to happen. This will become a reality. One of these things will become a reality. It is going to happen. I mean, when I see how what the world has turned into, it is very obvious to me. So the type of fools that will think that this is some type of this is some type of a scary sounding idea, these idiots, they probably have something to fear themselves. They probably have some type of behaviors that would get them sent to gulags, and that's why these people are against it. They're not against it because they think, oh, it's some type of a scary idea. It's because they have something to lose in that. That's why. So I think it's a great idea. Let me know what you think. Yeah, maybe you're against it, and maybe I know why. Maybe why you want to be against it. There are all kinds of how do I say this? People come up with all kinds of rationalizations. When you take appropriate measures towards something, people will come up with all kinds of scary rationalizations like, oh, this is this and this is that, and that is scary. Well, guess what? If you don't take those measures, reality is scary enough anyway. You might say gulags are not humane. Well, guess what? Go out and look at humanity. Humanity is not humane. So why don't you take the inhumane and put them in the inhumane gulags? So the rest of humanity and the rest of Earth can be left alone. What is such a scary idea about that? Okay. Now, yeah, I'm going to talk more about this. I think I got plenty of thoughts in this video about this subject, but I think it's a great idea. And the people that would run them, the people that would be responsible, I think it can be done in a very how do I say it? In a very sophisticated, in a very intelligent way. This whole gulag system can fix humanity. Okay, you might think that this is some kind of, like I said, people have all kinds of rationalizations because they have all kinds of reasons that they think, oh, they don't want gulag because it sounds scary, but because the reason they don't want it is because they might end up in it themselves. There's something within them that makes them come up with that. And that's why they say that. It's not because it's scary. Look at the world. The world is scary. The world is already approaching a point where it's resembling hell more and more. Okay, you get it anyway. The scary part, you get it anyway. Whether you do this or whether you don't do this, you get the scary part anyway. So don't fall for those type of rationalizations. Don't fall for that type of thinking that tries to put fear into you. Don't fall for that. I think gulags are a very good idea. And yeah, I mean, I would how do I say it? I would run them. I mean, how else do I put it? I know I have dealt with the scum of humanity. I know what kind of people these are. These are absolute feral humanity. These people, they have lost their absolute minds, and they have been let loose. So I'm sure plenty of people have seen these type of people. So what I'm suggesting is, it's very simple. Just make mm, create this infrastructure. I don't think you would necessarily even have to build it from scratch. I mean, some part of it would have to be, I guess, but build gulags. Take the scum of humanity and send them, and where they can be actually productive for once. The so-called productivity that they might supposedly engage in, it's worth nothing. It just goes into pillaging the earth. All that nonsense is worth nothing. They can actually be productive for once in their goddamned lives inside these gulags, where they can be controlled and they can be treated like the scum of humanity that they are. So what's left of humanity, the decent side of humanity, they can live in a decent world, they can live in a decent environment, and the earth can be left alone from the goddamn scourge that humanity is becoming. So yeah, these are some thoughts. Okay, let me know what you think. I wonder what kind of rationalizations, I wonder what kind of excuses people will come up with against this. Okay, but my intentions, I've made them very clear. Okay, I have nothing to hide. I'm saying everything very clearly. Okay, um, but maybe you have some rationalizations against this, and I'm sure what kind of causes you might have to make up those rationalizations, so that you can put away your fear that maybe you shouldn't end up in one of these gulags, right? Maybe you've done those type of things, and maybe the system that works the way it does, maybe it benefits you in some way, and that's why you're so happy in just continuing that system. Well, guess what, it's not going to work. This system is not sustainable. It's not going to hold up anyway. Anyone who is um, just reasonably intelligent can already tell that this system is not going to last very long. This system is, it's just there, and one day it won't be. That's how the system is going to be. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you think. I'll maybe talk more about this. There's a lot more to say. The way this would be, like I said, this would have to be, a gulag system would have to be sophisticated. Okay, because obviously someone who doesn't belong there, that it would be a very serious crime if someone who doesn't belong there somehow ends up there. And so obviously this would have to be done in a very sophisticated way. But yeah, and of course someone who does belong there shouldn't be out there loose. So yeah, like I said, this would, I would talk more about this. I will, and for now I think this should give you a very good idea of what my thoughts are on this. Okay, let me know what your thoughts are. If you genuinely care, I think this is something that should at least interest you. I think we are past the time of being interested, and we are at the time of action. Okay, but you should let me know what you think. Okay, let me know, and that's it. I'll talk more, and for now this is it. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.